guys, welcome back to another episode of Elevate. My name is Jessica.
My name is Darwin.
And today, episode 55, we're going to be talking about the things that aren't spoken about when starting a business.
That's a rough one. There's a lot of things. Like, for us, for example, me not being in the house as much as I used to be.
Just the sacrifice of time, the amount of time that it takes. I mean, yeah, I guess in any business, when you're starting out, you're going to be grinding long hours.
Initially, though, you thought like, oh, he quit his 9 to 5. Like, I'm going to be with my baby all day.
It almost felt like, oh, I'm going to see you more. And it's like the opposite.
Yeah.
I've seen you less in these past 3 weeks. I've seen you less than I used to see you when you were actually working.
Is that why you love me more recently? When I'm home?
Don't say that. You're lying.
You're a liar.
No, but I miss you.
Oh, you're so cute. Another thing, by the way, my pants are broken and I'm like working here.
What is wrong with you?
It's a sneak preview. OnlyFans. Yeah, man, look, I was painting, grinding today. Every day is grind day.
We're on our psych wall today.
It's not painted, but
it's not painted, so
we could probably record on the podcast app, but it's not ready. And I don't feel like I want to half-ass it.
Yeah, no, I want it whenever it's ready. I think that's when we're going to record it because we want to do a grand review for you guys for our new podcast set.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
So another thing with business is a lot of people don't tell you like the little expenses. For example, us, when we was opening the space, it was just like, okay, we just got to pay rent.
Right. Oh, yeah, right.
And then it was like, oh, we need internet. That's $100. Mm-hmm. Oh, we got to pay late.
Which we knew that, but, you kind of keep those. The internet wasn't really a surprise.
Yeah.
It's more like
insurance.
Garbage.
Oh. Insurance.
What's another one?
Con Ed. Like hire Con Ed.
Con Ed, like you don't, especially when you have like a much bigger space, bigger than your friggin' apartment. Like,
I guess it depends what type of business you're starting. Because if you're just starting like a home business,
and then for the type of business we're starting, there's a lot of subscriptions.
That too.
That's another thing that it kind of like for you, I know you need them, but it kind of goes over your head.
Yeah, because it's like $10 and $15, and it's like, oh,
but it adds up.
Yeah,
it's a lot of little money going in different places, but it adds up.
And also, I feel like when you're opening a space, you underestimate how much you're gonna spend, because every little thing is just like, oh, we need this little thing. It's 30. Oh, this little thing is 50. Oh, this one's 100. Oh, this one's 200.
And again, like that would depend on the type of space you're getting, because you might get something that's just move-in ready, right? And you just have to put in furniture or something like that.
Yeah, but still, it's like, let's say you're opening a clothing store. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, I got to buy a rack, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say it's $100 per rack. Then you're like, oh, shit, but I got to put hangers on these racks.
Mm-hmm. And then they're probably going to give you a blank canvas, and you want to give it your own taste, your own twist to the place. You want to decorate it and design it to your preference, and it adds up.
Then you're like, oh, I need an extension cord. That's 20. Oh, I need another one from here to here. That's another 20. Oh, I actually need a power strip. That's 25.
Yes.
And you spent $150 on extension cord.
Mm-hmm. And just let's say like simple office equipment or stuff that's going to make your life easier.
Paint, if you want to paint.
What is it? Depending on how you want to take forms of payment from your clients, you have to think about those type of subscriptions. Mm-hmm. You have to think about whether if you have a website or you don't have a website. If you don't have one, you have to think about, okay, I need to pay someone to create a website for me. Mm-hmm. It's a lot.
Plants. You want greenery. You don't want cheap plants like this one.
And
plants are expensive, by the way.
And if you don't want the ones that look cheap, it's
I need
gonna
a gardener.
cost you.
We should hire like a gardener to come.
What?
To get us real plants and come garden it.
We don't want no real plants up in here.
Well, fake plants that look real are so expensive.
They are, but in my opinion, they're worth it because I don't have time to be watering plants. I'm sorry.
Bruh. But you might as well just pay for a gardener.
No, it's definitely not going to be cheaper.
Bro, fake
Crazy.
plants, like big fake plants are expensive.
Yeah, but it's like a one-time investment kind of thing, you know, and they act as props, especially when you have a studio. They come in handy.
About Home Depot.
Home Depot trips.
Home Depot and Lowe's, they own my soul.
The other day yesterday we were in the living room and we were, you know, relaxing, you know, watching something.
We watched a movie for the first time.
Yes. And the commercial comes up for Home Depot. He goes, "Oh, look, my favorite store."
Fact. Yo,
It has
you know,
been
there
your
was this
favorite
day.
store for
There was
these
this
past few
day
days.
that we went to Lowe's. I think it was like 3 times, or we was just like back all the day. We was rented the truck and all that. And the lady where I was paying, because I put a PO name to like the orders from the studio, she literally was ringing me up without asking me the name of the PO. At the like second, third time, she was just like, "Oh yeah, Total, right? Yeah, Total."
Oh wow, she
I
already
named
knew
it
you.
like Total or Total Studio. She was like, "Total, right?" I'm like, yeah.
Oh wow, that's how often
Bruh.
you've been in. They remembered you. Oh,
And
that's
then
crazy.
there was one time me and Brian was like sitting there like just calculating measurements in our head, and this lady passed and she goes, "Do you guys need help?"
You guys,
We
You
was
guys
like,
look
"Yeah,
like-
but no,
you guys look like y'all need help.
bro."
Oh my god, I'm really starting to get excited because this is kind of coming together
Mm-hmm.
nicely, and we officially have a grand opening date. It's gonna be June
Soft
3rd.
opening, soft.
What does that mean?
That we're launching, but the studio will be like 90% ready because we'll be missing like little
I
details.
didn't understand what you meant by that. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, so yeah, a soft launch.
yeah. Like people will come in and like see,
Get the
understand.
feel of
yeah.
what it's gonna be like. Okay, I see. Yeah, you're right, because there's so many little things,
Mm-hmm.
and there's about what you said 9 working days you have.
For me, yeah. Because the thing is, like, I have a shoot with Brian one day, and then we got the gender reveal. And then I got a shoot on the 1st. Like, those are full days that I'm not going to be here at all.
Yeah.
And even when I come back, it's like I'm probably going to be too tired to actually work on the studio. So, like,
Yeah.
9 working days that, like, they got things we got to order.
Yeah, you have lighting you need to figure out in the dressing room.
More money and a positive attitude.
Yeah, you have to hang up the lights. Is that gonna be done by the time the grand opening
It
happens?
has to be done.
Right? That's like essential, right?
Yeah, but we're still trying to figure out exactly what clamps or hooks we're going to use.
Make
And then
sure
we
it
have to
doesn't
order
fall on
it.
anyone.
Exactly.
Liabilities. Oh my God. You need liability insurance.
Mm-hmm. All type of insurance.
Yep.
You're gonna spend mad money on gas going to every single store.
No. You need to be prepared, mentally to have people on your space. What are gonna be the rules? How are people gonna book you? There's so many things that you need to consider when opening up a studio like the one we're opening up.
Or any space. Like for example, for us, we was debating like, oh, are we gonna launch our own website, which we will eventually, or like, are we just gonna host it on a certain like peer space that you can book spaces? There's also like 2 other websites, and we decided to just do that while we get traction and build a community, and then we slowly build the website based on how we shape this.
Okay.
But that's also, they charge a fee. So I was like, okay, maybe if I was charging $100, now I'm not making $100. I'm gonna make $85.
Yeah. Those are all things you have to think about. And then you have to think about what is a reasonable pricing for people to rent the space.
That was the hardest. It's still the hardest.
Because you have to think about, you can't price it too low because it diminishes the value, I believe, of the space. And also you're going to be living off of this. So you have to be making a living off of this. So it can't be priced too low, but it also can't be priced too high, especially to start, because we are a new space and we want to be as welcoming as possible for creators and be on reach for creators, as much as.
But it's a hard,
possible.
like for us, it's hard because it's like we want to cater to creators, but also like we are offering so much value when we actually open that it's like, okay, are we more like creator or production?
Which I think we're
base?
trying to
Do like a merge of both.
Right. We want to do creators, but we're also trying to promote to businesses, and kind of We want to cater to that business community who wants to excel their business.
Yeah. Business, brands, you know, established photographers, videographers that, you know, won't look at a, you know, hourly rate and be like, oh my God, that's too much, because they understand like why we're charging that much. And also like we are adding value to your shoot. Like it's not just,
I mean, we're providing the space and everything that you might need to make it as smooth as possible for your production to happen and for you to have the highest quality content for your brand. But yeah, what's something else that people might not really think about? You might think that you quit your job and now you're going to have all this time, but lies. Especially at the beginning, you're not going to have that much time.
facts.
But it's okay. Like, I feel like I said in the previous podcast, it's like a feeling of, oh my God, you're overwhelmed because there's so much happening, but it's also like a satisfactory kind of feeling.
Today I posted that I was coming to work on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And Freddie was like, oh, I bet you didn't mind going to work on a Sunday now today. I was like, yo, actually I didn't even think about it.
Right.
You was like, yo, why are you leaving so early? I'm like, bro, I don't got time to just be home.
Because in my mind, I'm like, I have the kids, it's freaking Sunday. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like now I have to think about like what I'm going to feed these kids. And maybe I'm like being a little selfish, but I was like out of it. I was trying, in my mind, it's so hard. I'm sorry, I'm about to like vent. It's so hard. Like, in my mind, I'm a content creator, but I'm also a mom. So it's
and
like,
a wife.
and I woke up earlier than usual on a Sunday because I had to wash my hair, you know, and get ready. And, you know, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to do my makeup because it's going to be content day. I haven't recorded content in a long time. And I feel like I'm failing as a content creator at this point. And I was like giving myself, you know, cutting myself some slack because there's so much going on, but it's like, until when is enough?
Yeah.
So I just woke up with that mentality of, okay, I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to do my makeup, get ready, put some clothes on, some nice clothes, look cute, feel good, and start recording content. And so then he comes and he's like, I'm leaving. And I'm like, I can't do anything if I have these kids with me. Like,
because he was like, I was like, I'm going to go to the studio while you get ready and, you know, advance. Which I did come and I made progress.
Yeah, you did.
He was like, no, I don't need you tired for content. I'm like, bro, my mind is not in content right now.
Right, because we also record content together. So I'm like, hello, when are we going to do this? Like, we need to, like, you know, people are wondering, especially like our TikTok community. Recently, we posted a dancing video, which we were able to do.
Probably here.
And somebody in the comments was like, oh my God, where have you guys been? Like, we've been lost. On TikTok and on Instagram, we've been kind of MIA.
But the thing with TikTok is like they haven't even showed the other videos to our people. So it's like they just see like a new dancing videos and all the other ones is just like barely views. And it's like, bro, we're trying to update our people.
Yeah. But once we like post one of the dancing videos, I feel like our previous videos, you know, just kind of catch up a little bit. So
Brian gave me an idea yesterday. We was talking in the car. And he was like, maybe you guys should do something where like you start dancing to grab the attention and then you cut to like talking to people.
I thought about that.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, you know, that's a little bit more. I think
we should do that today, like record it here especially. We have to do it here to make our community aware that we're not just dancers on TikTok.
I'm not a dancer in real life.
People on our TikTok community thinks like we just dance for a living. Like, like they just want to see us dancing, which is fine. Like I love dancing. I just bring him into my groove. But, you know, we're doing so much more than that. You know, there's so many layers to us that a lot of our TikTok community doesn't know. And shout out to our TikTok community. If you're one of our TikTok followers, like leave your comment down below. We would love to know if you're here. We're currently at 179K.
Or 76. I don't know. I haven't been on it for a while.
Let's see. I'll tell you right now.
But yeah, that's definitely one of the ideas.
176.1K.
So that was a point.
So we really appreciate that. So, you know, I know in the past with our YouTube channel, we had traction at one point and we kind of just died down and we let our traction go. So sometimes I feel a little bit of like that fear of like, okay, we can't get this hold again. We've worked too hard to get to where we are, to just let it go.
Yeah, but I just feel like this is time sensitive, like what we're doing here.
No, I know. I completely understand. And I still get frustrated. I'm sorry, but I do. It's a lot, you know? And so you left, and like, I get it. For you. I get it. You wanted to you wanted to finish some projects here, which I understand. And I appreciate you. I just need to
do a little sign.
I really appreciate you for this.
For what?
But for doing all of this, you know, even if it's on your own, you come and you're a hardworking man, and I've said it, your work ethic is freaking awesome. But you know, that doesn't
solve your problems.
It doesn't solve the problem, and I just still feel overwhelmed, you know, especially like this morning. And it's like I have to like take off my content creator brain and put my mommy brain back on, and sometimes it's hard for me to switch back and forth.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like the idea of creating content in bulk, because I prepare myself, and we tell the kids like, okay, like we're about to record, so we give them whatever they need, you know, and it's like for like an hour or two, all we're doing is just recording our content, and that works for me because I cannot. It's very hard for me to switch on and off.
Yeah,
like I can't. I either have to be full mode, like content creation and, you know, just working mode, or on mommy mode. I can't be both. And the thing is, at the same time,
it's even harder for us because most of the times that you're in like content mode, like I'm not on content mode, and it's like
terrible.
And I have no choice. Like when she's on content mode, like I gotta figure out a switch and become content mode. And then when I'm in content mode, she's like, no.
It's terrible. It's hard.
But that's hard. What people don't see. Like that those things are hard.
Yeah, and sometimes I know people could see it and just think it's so like natural. It's so like effortless, I mean. Because, I mean, especially with our TikTok, like when we dance, it's authentic. Like we're not faking it. Like we're not pretending to be happy. If we're recording a video, it's because we're in the mood to record the video. There's like very little instances where, let's say, Babe might be like in the sala and he's watching something and I'm like, let's just dance this song really quickly. I want to dance this song. And I have to get him like in the mood to dance with me. But it's very like, it's very few times. Like if we're recording, it's because we're in the mood to do so. I don't like to record if I'm not in the mood, because I feel like the energy shows.
Yeah.
And it's like at the end of the day, like I don't want to record just to record. I want us to have a good time. I don't want it to feel like such a heavy task, because it is something that I enjoy doing. So I don't ever want to feel like,
I mean, clearly we made a whole freaking creator studio.
Yeah, but you know, it's just important to, I guess, vocalize. It's not easy, especially when you have children. It's not easy to be a content creator. You can love it all you want, but it's not so smooth all the time, every day, because you have to plan it out. You just have to. Yeah, if you don't have any kids, you know, I feel like you still have to have structure, but it's much more easier for you to just pick up at any time and just do what you have to do, because there's nobody depending on you for anything.
So back to the business thing, would there be one thing that you would change of like the whole process that has happened?
One thing that I would change. Would I change anything? I don't think so. I think we did the best we could with the knowledge we know, with the knowledge we have. I don't think there's anything that I feel was like a mistake.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, opening a new studio, I know there would be a lot of different things I would do differently, but not like of the process itself.
Like what? What would you do differently?
Work harder. Nah.
That's not humanly possible.
Just little things that I will analyze.
First of all, we wouldn't sand the cyc wall before. We would sand the cyc wall before moving everything in, or at least cover everything before sanding. That's
we would build a cyc wall before.
Yeah.
before moving in, if we was to have a sidewalk.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point.
That's one thing you would definitely do differently. Lesson learned.
No, just I'm good.
You
What
just
are
said,
your
you just said there were things you would change. You would do
Yeah, but it's just
differently.
like minute things that like I would do differently, like planning wise, scheduling wise. Maybe quit my job earlier, you know. But yeah,
You were gonna ask me something.
all. So I saw this post that was like, "Oh, people don't tell others their goals because they're like scared of people like stealing their goals or something." I felt like I had went through that through a point because I had actually like, damn, I wished I had a clip of me saying like this was my dream,
Yeah.
and I never spoke about it, but we always spoke about it.
Yeah.
So is there anything like that you like? What's a goal of yours that you would just like to put out there? Because at the end of the day, is your I mean, you don't got to go into details of it.
A goal of mine.
Yeah, that let's say 5 years.
I just want to be free.
Want to be free? I just want. What's that song? I want to be free. It's like a commercial song.
I just want to live a good life and be free. And I want to be able to take care of the people I love. That's really what will fulfill me as a person. Like being able to live a life where I'm free with my time to do what I want with my time. And at the same time be able to take care of the people I love. Like then after that it's like
It is what it is.
I'm happy.
Yeah. I would like to buy a building.
But why? The reason is because you want to take care of the people you love.
Yeah.
That is the real reason. Why
No,
you
but it-
think
but
that would be.
I mean, but I feel like that's everybody's goal, to take care of the people they love. But like, what is gonna get you to that?
I
It's
don't
my
think
question.
that's everybody's goal.
Everybody's goal is always to take care of somebody or themselves. But what I'm saying
They're
is like,
immediate, you know, like but I'm talking about like my parents,
okay,
not my kids.
but my question is, what is the steps you're going to do that you want to do to get you there? Besides me becoming rich, and you being my sugar mama.
No,
Like a personal goal, like that you feel like you would like to accomplish. Let's say not without me, but like without like me involved, as in like your goal. Como que you don't have nothing,
you don't put me on the spot like that.
bruh.
I don't know. I'm working on myself daily. I don't know what that exactly will be.
Well, like I said before,
I have things I love, you know, but I don't know which one of those things is gonna be my actual vehicle to live the life I want. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I feel like there's so many things I like to do, or that I am, or I feel that I am good at or can do even better at. But I don't know. I think time will tell for me.
the reason I say I would like to own a building is because I would really want to get into real estate in the future. I mean, in the future or now. Well, I don't have money right now, but mentally I do.
You okay?
But real estate, I feel like would be play a big role in the future for me. And buying a building could mean different things. Like, could be buying a residential building, buying a commercial building. You know, just like a space that I can buy and like literally transform and be like, hey, whether that be for me to use it or that be for me to rent it out to somebody like us. But that is really a big goal that I mean, I told you this a while ago. Probably like.
And so you're saying it now so that you have.
Yeah,
something.
just in case.
Yeah.
I said that was I said that was like my 5-year goal. I think the beginning of last year that we were saying like, oh, what are our goals? I think I said like 5 years. I would love to own a building.
You know, a lot of people also don't share their goals publicly because they fear, bad vibes or whatever it is. I just don't think that
The universe works that way.
bad vibes can override God.
Yeah.
Or the plan God has for you. And bad vibes only infiltrate you if you let them.
Yeah.
So for us, it's very important. Like, we know that the power is with God and our own, in ourselves.
Yeah.
Like who we let in and who we let, what type of negative thoughts we let in our mind, in our soul, in our brain. That's key. And a lot of people feel like, oh, if I share my ideas with other people, sure, don't share it with small-minded people, like on a personal level, like have a conversation with someone who doesn't see your vision, because I get it. Like they can be very negative, and they might try to put you down, but also they can't put you down unless you let them.
But they can make you second guess your decision.
Right. So I
goals.
get that part where, you don't want to just talk about these things with just anybody, because you don't want people planting seeds of doubt in your head. But ultimately know that the power is within you. And if you're a believer, God, you pray that he gives you the strength you need, that he gives you the wisdom you need, that he puts you around the right people, that he gets you on the right path. And after that, nothing can stop you. Absolutely nothing. And yeah, and I would just say, just protect your peace, your space, because our minds are so powerful. And if you believe that you can do something and you're always seeking for guidance, spiritually, you will be okay.
That's a fact. That's a perfect way to end this podcast. So if you guys want to keep up to date with what's going on with the studio, you can find it on Instagram at BookTodo, TODO Studio. So at BookTodoStudio.com. What? At BookTodo Studio on Instagram. I said .com. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, you have a website already?
Or you could just follow us on our social medias. They're always linked down below, and we're always updating.
Yes. So
that's it for today's video.
That's it for today's podcast. You guys, thank you so much for listening. If you're on our audio platforms, don't forget to leave us your reviews. It really helps us out. If you're here on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit the like button if you like this video. Comment down below. Leave us your comments, your suggestions, anything. We would love to know if you're here and you're enjoying these podcasts. And that's it for today's podcast, you guys. Thank you so much for watching or listening. Until next time.
Peace.